I'll turn my volume back up. Hi, sis. Hi.
Hey, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear. Can everybody hear? Can everybody hear Black? Say something, sis.
Can you hear me?
Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can hear, or 2 in the chat if you can't. If you can hear it. Yeah, I hear you. I heard you on my other phone. There we go.
All righty. Welcome, everyone, in. This is my first live, and I have worked really hard on these videos and doing a lot of investigations and going in chat rooms.
You're fading out. Whatever you're doing, you're fading out.
And it's been weighing heavy on me, so I wanted to share this with you guys and see what you say. So let me pull up the first video.
Y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up while she's pulling up the first video. If you haven't done it already, please do. Look, there's 3 thumbs up in this thing. Come on. There's more than 3 of us in here, I believe.
I'm not worried about the thumbs up. I just want to get this video. Okay, let's try this one.
All right, freaking. Could be a Marie. Freaking, I'm going to beat your ass. Stop it. Freaking said, how would they hear? How would they hear to put a 2 if they can't hear? Well, I'm going to beat you up, ma'am. While we wait for sis to get ready, how was everybody's Wednesday? Because y'all know we can't do that there. How was your Wednesday? Freaking, we got 70-some degrees up here today. Getting ready to have thunderstorms. Could be bad ones. I got to put a block word in here.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah, I shared it out in Discord. Hey, Kay, thanks for coming in.
Hey, everybody. Hey, freaking. Hey, Tater. Hey, Susan. Hey, Brad.
My brother is here, but I cussed up freaking.
Jarvis West, the male who lived. There was also Miguel who owned the bar. Oh, crap. Hold on. In this story, NaZiyah was groomed by her aunt's boyfriend slash husband slash baby daddy. This happened in Detroit. This young girl was victimized by this man for years. He groomed her with lewd acts, and she wasn't the only one. There were several victims. Okay, this right here is a picture of NaZiyah, and there was a lady in her neighborhood who kept walking over a student ID for a couple of weeks. And in this location that's circled, this is where she found NaZiyah's ID. The ID had been there for a couple of weeks, and she decided one day to just stop and pick it up. And lo and behold, it was NaZiyah's. These are items that were found at the crime scene: a jumpsuit, shoes, and her black jacket. These items were found on, well, near an area. It was 7th and Berg by a kind of swampy area. And this is what they were saying she last wore. Notice the holes in the hoodie. These are relatives. Oh my goodness, if I had relatives like this, man, who needs enemies? This is part of the team that was in his defense for Jarvis. This is a school officer. Check this out. This officer was given information for NaZiyah being missing, and he retired 2 days later. The family didn't report NaZiyah missing to the police department. They reported her missing to the school district. And it was about a month before the police department even got notification of it. Pretty sickening. Jarvis was 42 years old, messing with a 13-year-old girl then. He was in her vicinity for a few years since he was dating her aunt. Man, this man groomed her in the most foul and vicious way, and there's even rumors that NaZiyah was pregnant. Can you believe that? This is what I was talking about. He even looked up at-home abortions. And man, this guy was sick. This is the alleged pic of NaZiyah being pregnant. Her face is full. Her body is plump, as you can see. For a 13-year-old, prior pic showed her that she was pretty much a slim figure and petite, and this one shows her face pretty much rounded. During the preliminary court hearings, they discovered from a phone that belonged to Jarvis over 100 text messages that he tried to delete. And they went back into January of 22, 23, and the stuff that he was saying to this baby, man, oh. Hey, Bruce, welcome in, Phil. These are some of the text messages that were read out before it. Him talking with NaZiyah. It was pretty funny. This is a picture of her aunt in the red and her mother in the white. These are the other females. I would wish to have that kind of family ever. This is her brother. Her brother has some accusations on him for not really caring about his sister's disappearance. He's more of trying to get the attention for himself because, of course, he's an upcoming rapper. This is more proof that the family knew that NaZiyah was pregnant. She shared messages with her cousin saying, "This is your niece." And she was very adamant that she was pregnant. She was also in the other text to Jarvis. She was saying that she couldn't do any of her PE stuff or physical education because she was so far along. Like I said, it's been over a year that NaZiyah has been missing. Preliminary court has already finished, and they have scheduled for early next month for Jarvis to be sentenced. These are pictures of NaZiyah that I found on the internet, Facebook, TikTok. She was a very beautiful young girl, and she didn't deserve this type of life. The family that she had, I would never wish that on anyone. Thank you guys. I worked really hard on this video. I have some other videos I want to share. I have them privately listed in my YouTube that I'm going to bring forth. But this case has really been bothering me. This child didn't have the village that she deserved. In being a child of color in a big city, neighborhood that isn't the best, family that isn't the best, it's very disturbing. In my opinion, the family knew that there was something going on because he was a known pedophile and they still gave him access, not only to her, but to a few other kids. He has other victims and he also has other baby mamas. The last time I counted, it was almost 13. So this is what I've decided that I wanted to start off with going live. And it really, really sits with me in a way that I really wish people would say something when they see something. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can grab up another video I made for you guys, if that's all right. Exactly, Tater K. Her family sucks. I've been watching this for a couple of months now. I've even contacted Mark D from 7 Mile Radio on this, and it it's gotten out of control. I'm also a member in the Facebook groups that they have for her, and the stuff that's being shared, said, and the stuff that was done was completely horrendous. Give me just a second, guys.
So we don't have any, dead air. How y'all been? Thanks for coming over, coming in, showing your love and support for our black. Yes, Boots, she has done a really, really great job on this and worked really, really hard. So, yes. Because a lot of y'all are, here.
Let me see which one this is. This is one of the videos, I think. I wanted to see. Let me see.
Jet. This is a helicopter.
Wrong one. I'm telling you guys, I have so many things that I was trying to do. Let me.
That's right, Bootsy. That's right.
How do I get that one off? Remove. Studio. Has anyone else heard of this story by chance at all, besides from some of the stuff that I've shared?
Nope, I've only heard the stuff you shared with us. Well, yeah.
Thank you, Sift, for being here. Let me try one of these videos. I'm trying to find my court ones. I have them in my YouTube studio. Let me.
That's what family sports is. We here. One of us will always be here. Handy not here because she got a migraine.
That's all right. Let me. Hold on. I'm trying to. How do I present this?
See where it says present? And then it'll say share screen. You was just doing it.
Oh, I was?
Yeah, you was sharing screen. The same way you shared the screen. No, you didn't share.
Okay. Can y'all see this?
No, go to present down at the bottom where it says mic, start cam, setting, present, leave studio.
Say what? Yeah, Boots. Let me add.
The link is in Discord, ain't it?
No. Let me add another person. Bella, can you send Boots the link in Discord for me, please?
Yes.
And then share it in the chat.
There you go.
I'm sorry, you guys. I had this all in order before I got sick, and that sickness kicked my butt.
Where'd you send it to me at? In Discord?
Yeah, I'm private messenger.
Hang on, Bootsy, I'm getting you.
We may never know what happened, but from what I heard today and over the last 4 or 5 days, it appears he intended to perform what he thought was a do-it-yourself abortion on NaZiyah. It went south, and instead of seeking medical attention for her, he intentionally killed her and tried.
Exactly, Susan. I really wish someone would have said
as
something.
much as I want her.
All right, Boots, I dropped it in Discord.
There is at least probably.
In my opinion, Susan, I think they all knew all about it and they were okay with it.
You want it in chat too, sis?
Yeah.
All right.
You've been sitting over there for 4 days with your head down, shitting between and behind your attorney with your mask on and taking vigorous notes. I want you to pay attention and listen to everything I have to say.
That should be the
I've been
right
trying to
one.
figure out for the last 5
That's the one I
days
had.
you. At one point, I thought you were cognitively impaired in the beginning of this exam. And then maybe you had the brain
Yeah,
of a
the one-
Did
10-year-old.
you guys hear this video?
That's why you were doing such things. But as I heard more and more testimony, you're just a true definition of a pedophile. Watching you laugh and brag about all the women you have with different women and the children and the girlfriends, and making babies to groom them, and having them in your presence, cleaning up, quote, cleaning up your shop, and the little girls around you, has landed you here today.
Who's is backstage,
You
Adam?
groomed NaZiyah. You played mind games with her. We all heard that. You controlled her emotionally. She was exposed to so much at such a young age. The text messages between you two were disgusting to hear. And to think that she had you saved in her phone as bae for life. NaZiyah deserves so much more. And while I mentioned other people that failed her, Jarvis Butts, you are the monster in this whole picture. She did deserve love from her parents and everyone who was in her life. She was ignored. She was neglected.
Thank you,
And
Tater.
took
Thank you,
complete advantage of
Susan.
her. She wanted someone to love her, and she will never know what that feels like.
There you is. Oh,
Your children deserve more. As much as defense counsel has raised issues on count one, all that has done is raise the question of fact for the trier of fact, which means that this will be for a jury or a judge to hear in Third Circuit. I pray for the healing of all the victims and the young girls and possibly boys who have come into contact with you. As a community, we should look at this case as a prime example of how much work we have to do when it comes to protecting our children and especially our black girls. I pray for closure.
Hi, Denise. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in.
And for you, Jarvis Butts, I wish you a speedy trial and that justice be delivered. Your bind over date is January 16th at 9 o'clock a.m.
Now, that was sad,
I'm so glad that judge let him have it.
right?
No, that was the most disgusting hearing. Like, I swear, that man is a sick person. And so I have a question. So he wasn't NaZiyah wasn't the only one from that family that he had abused, right? The only
No, there
child.
was two other and a couple of his own kids that he molested.
So my thing is like, what is going on with the laws regarding that? I mean, how is he out?
He's not out. He's in jail.
No, he was out to hurt NaZiyah, though.
Well, yeah, he was out. I think, in my personal opinion, he was a predator to certain types of women.
You mean girl?
Women and girls, because he has a multitude of baby mamas, and his first case against him was because of his own child that he had touched. And the relative of NaZiyah knew about it.
Was that the one who testified? The child who testified?
One of the witnesses testified. She's now 13. There were others that I can't remember at the moment right now. I'm sorry, brain fart.
That's okay. No, oh my gosh. Sorry about that sound. We are doing construction on the outside of our building, and there's a drilling going on. So I apologize if you can hear that drilling.
No, you're good.
But my question is, so the young kids, and I if I remember correctly, because you have worked so hard on this for a while now, and if I remember correctly, one of the children was like 2. Is that correct?
Yep.
2 years old. And this is the thing. How is he out to do this to more kids? How did he do that? How is he out to do that to NaZiyah?
Sis, I'm speechless.
I think we should start a petition, make sure that this guy goes away and he doesn't get out again.
Well, he's already locked up in the major part of the court because the prelims, it was cut in 3 parts. That
Right.
is already done. His regular court was set for March, and it'll be in a couple of days. He and the witnesses, the family, they're all going to be in there. And just so you know, even though he is locked up, he has had trouble inside because you know how it is when he hasn't been placed in general population, but
he should be.
People have had access to him. And in this past year of NaZiyah going missing, a lot of stuff has come to the surface. There was regular people out searching for her, neighborhood screaming her name. There was recently another child's remains were found.
Oh, is that the one they thought was NaZiyah?
Yeah, it was a little
okay.
kid, and Jarvis knew them.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'm correct on it. Don't quote me.
No.
I think he dated her before, or he knew of her.
Oh my gosh.
But it's ridiculous. The fact that the community is the one that found all the evidence.
Yeah, the ID, the older lady, she even knew about that she was missing.
Yeah.
When she found the ID, I think, didn't she take it to the police?
Yep, she put it on a coffee lid top and turned it in.
But the family, how long did it take them to report her missing?
A month. They reported her missing to the school district, but not to the police department.
A month?
A month.
I'm gonna cry right now.
And
why aren't they should be brought up on charges, in my opinion. That's
agree 100%.
Complete neglect, and they take part in it. That aunt, to me, seems like she stands by him. I know that she was like in court, but she was covering for him too.
Oh yeah, and there's also rumors floating around that she's still putting money on his books.
It's so sick. They need to be locked up. Don't they have other kids in that house?
Yes. Well, the house where NaZiyah was, I saw in the news and in some other places like Facebook that CPS was called and that I believe the kids were removed from the grandmother. She was being heckled big time out on the streets. Whenever she was seen, people were coming for her and letting her know exactly how they felt about her. One person even called her a cheeseburger, and that to me,
a cheeseburger?
Yeah, it's a slang for insult.
Oh my God!
But
wow, like I just don't get it. He deserved way better.
I agree, Susan. There needs to be a program in the school for girls only and for dangers. They need to know what it is to look for and what not to be allowed. On my community post, I shared a picture of a little girl, the do's and don'ts. That's something that communities need to have starting from preschool up, because in situations like this, there was also a third male that was around NaZiyah that was a known pedophile also. And there's a video of him holding a beer with the young NaZiyah dancing in front of him. And it was just sickening.
That's unbelievable.
Anyway, whichever. Anyway, hi, Florida.
that kind of life at home, though, that leaves a child, from my experience, or what my exposure, leaves a child wanting love and attention because she wasn't getting it at home. And so, like, she was probably, I mean, she wasn't even, I mean, I know that it says, a program, yeah, like a program for boys and girls, kids to go to and stuff. But if they're not scared and they see it as love, I mean,
Since there
that's
was
just,
even videos of NaZiyah singing love songs to this man.
yeah, I saw that
What
on
did
her
I come
social
into?
media.
Go ahead.
What did I come into?
This is my live about NaZiyah Harris. She was a young black girl, the age of 13, that went missing over a year ago. She is presumed deceased, but her remains have not been found that I am aware of yet. And she was groomed by a 42-year-old man for a multitude of years. And there were some things that happened between them. There was hundreds of text messages of him talking to her um, about sexual stuff, and
Yeah,
um,
grooming
it's
happens in all
horrible.
different ways.
Yeah, it's horrible. She disappeared. The community, when they found out, came together, did a search for her. Some of her clothing items were found um, in by like a swampy area, and let me see. Hold on one second. Mod freaking.
While you're doing that, can I just say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Mod her in a little bit.
I just want to say thank you because I know I said it in chat already, but um, you know, missing children of color and indigenous as well.
Oh yeah,
They
exactly.
don't get half of the coverage,
No,
or the especially not in the media, but people don't cover it like in depth like this. They cover the drama part of it or whatever, if it's covered. They don't cover like this part of it, the real issues. And I just wanted to say I'm really proud of you, Black, and congratulations. And I'm just so proud of you.
thank you.
Thank you for doing that, because it's something that's missing in our society. We really need this.
Oh, it
I
is.
would try to stay, but just so you know, I do have some experience as somewhat of a victim myself, so I may have to go if it gets too sensitive
I understand.
or it
And
triggers. Like if Stella starts reacting to me and it starts to trigger me, I will
Totally,
leave, but otherwise I will stay.
totally. And I'm so glad that that everybody came today, because I think what Black really is trying to do, in my opinion, is find solutions or ways to make it better so that this doesn't continue to happen. I think the
exactly.
more exposure, the less it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you know that they just recently made the Black alert? It's called the Ebony alert. I
Mhm.
didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it
which is
either.
amazing.
Yeah,
There's
there's
got to be more
Ebony
because there's
alert.
Native children, Black children, Oriental children.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all
Asian
going
children don't
missing.
get any coverage.
No,
Oh,
they
I
don't.
know they don't. Even here in Canada, they don't.
So
No,
sad, because it leaves the door wide open for, oh, no one's going to notice anyway.
No
exactly.
one
And
cares.
for the Black juveniles here in the United States, a large
Greetings,
majority of the
folks.
kids
Welcome,
missing
welcome, welcome.
are well, let me say it this way, are of the Black community, and
Yeah,
nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. It takes like pulling teeth, legs, and arms for something to happen.
With you mean like with the with like officials,
Well, what I
right?
mean is in larger cities, it
Hmm.
takes a lot of time and effort for the people, like the police department. Some of them are understaffed. Some of them just have a lot on their plate already. But
Yep.
when it comes to missing children that are of color, we don't get publicized as much as the other.
No, they don't. For some reason, children of color and even juveniles of color, like young adults of color,
Yeah.
Yes,
don't seem to get the response that whites do. And I don't understand that because skin color has nothing to do with it. They're still human
thanks,
beings.
Bradley.
Hmm. Agreed. I cover
They're one.
everybody on my channel. Like, I mean, Black
Hey,
and I've been
welcome in.
Black and I have been working together for a little bit now, just on, in general, like missing people. And
Yeah,
um yeah, and you're right though. You're right. It doesn't matter what your color is. I mean,
Doesn't matter race, creed, color,
or where you
religion.
live. If you're, in a city, if you're in Beverly Hills, I mean, it's
Doesn't
all the same.
matter. It doesn't
Everybody,
even matter what your status is in the
right?
community, whether you're rich, poor, or freaking in the middle.
exactly.
I
What
think the problem
matters is
is
that
there are so
you're
many missing people that it's impossible to cover all of them. And that's a big problem. Like there's so many people
smart.
missing in this country that go missing every day in this country,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Yeah.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, for some reason, don't seem to matter as much. And I don't understand that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
They
maybe it's
don't seem
because
to
if
have
they're
the same
kids,
rights.
their home life, if they're missing and you're not hearing about it, it's because something's wrong in their family unit at home, in my opinion.
Exactly.
A
You
big
know,
part of it, yes. A big part of it. Or they've got absentee parents,
right?
Exactly.
single parents, very poor
And see,
parents, whatever
that
the situation.
that's
But
the whole how can I say it? In my opinion, that's what Jarvis was counting on,
Oh,
was
heck yeah.
the single female with children. That's what he
that's
preferred.
what a lot of the predators do.
Yeah,
They go for the young mothers that have children, and they prey on their children, and it's
I mean, it's not
usually
just kids either. A lot of Native American women don't get searched for either.
oh yeah,
Agreed.
yes,
Well, I
I
think
know.
the big issue there, though, is they're under a lot of them. I mean, if you're on sacred, American Indian land,
I live on
then
I live on
it's
a
a
reserve.
Reservation.
you do okay. So they have, and I'm not sure. I'm just
exactly.
kind of
See,
asking. Do they
they
have
have
a different?
15 days for the alert to go out, and that's
Well,
horrible.
the reserves here on Canada, like in Canada,
Mhm.
we can't just call, not like we can call 911, okay? But to have, like, if we were to call the police department, we actually have to call the RCMP. We can't just call the local police department.
Okay, yeah.
We
So it's a
actually have
different
to
government,
call,
even like yeah.
yeah, we have to call the RCMP themselves,
Gotcha.
which is really bizarre because we live on the reserve, because it's
Right.
federal land. It's
Oh,
considered,
got you. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
and I don't understand that. Like, even though my husband's native, he doesn't have his status. Like, his family never went for their status. They didn't need to. They worked their asses off.
Right.
And we don't need to, but we still live on a reserve.
Right.
And
What is it? It's
living on,
now.
Mhm.
Since you live on one, I'm going to ask you. Like, is it harder for people that don't live on the reserve to come in and take someone? like that?
How
In
close
what way
knit
is it? I guess I'm asking.
In what way? What do you mean?
Like, if say a child was kidnapped off the reserve, I mean, is it like, is it likely someone in the reserve, or can someone just walk in and take
No.
like they would in downtown LA?
With the reserves, it's totally different. They have their own.
Oh, you can walk on this reserve anytime you want.
Oh, okay.
It's just like any piece of land.
Okay.
The problem is getting help onto the reserve is harder.
Gotcha.
Getting
I'm only asking because I've never been on one, so
getting legal assistance to get the help
You're good too,
is
Skull.
much more difficult than it is if you were off the reserve. Like if on one side of the street is the reserve, one side isn't. Okay.
right.
If you're on the side of the reserve, it's going to be harder to get the regular police to get the assistance. If you're across the street, the regular police can do whatever the hell they want, and they can help you every way from Sunday.
So it's harder for media and people like us to actually cover them too, because
Yes.
usually anybody I cover has a missing persons report.
Yes.
First,
it's much harder. It's much harder to get assistance when you're on the reserve.
Wow.
And it's a pain in the arse. Like when we had the longhouse on the reserve here that we live on. We've been here for 26 years. And the longhouse on the reserve here burnt down at one point. Burnt to the ground one night.
Wow.
And like the fire engines and stuff came and such, but it took longer to get results, to find out the information as to what happened, put it that way.
So are the reserves funded by the national government, or do they have their own?
Their own. They're somewhat funded, but not completely, put it that way. They have to raise some of their own. But they are.
The one thing I had highlighted,
I'd say 3/4,
in this case,
and then they have to raise some of their own.
Bloodstains or a weapon leaking defendant to Joyce's death. In this case, we don't have the same facts or circumstances. I do agree this is a circumstantial case, and circumstantial evidence is sufficient for a bind over and even conviction. Today is January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day NaZiyah Haris disappeared. Before I get into the charges, and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on NaZiyah Haris and the community who failed her. And I am only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me, the family knows more than me. But from what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, is that several people failed her. I don't know where her mother is. I don't know anything other than that she was forced to live in a home where she was not protected or given the adequate attention and love. I don't know where her father is. I don't have any mention of him in her life, no presence.
When the judge just mentioned her father became aware of the issue, and he went out and was searching for her, but unfortunately he had some health issues and he passed away before they
God.
Could.
I'm listening. I just gotta put Barney away.
King, and all the men who saw Jarvis Butts hanging out and always around these young girls, including NaZiyah.
I have a couple of videos that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm trying to find them. They're not in order. I'm looking for the text messages. me share this one.
And the one.
Nope, not it. I'm gonna kick that one, remove from the studio. Not it.
Hey, sis, this is in the back looking for you. You're backstage.
Thank you.
There she is. Quit
I
falling.
saved myself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't
It's
ever
all
push
right.
the back button in StreamYards.
I learned that one too. See if I can find this.
Thank you, Bella.
Thank you guys for being patient. This
You're welcome.
means a lot to me. I have been looking into this for some time.
Yeah.
This is another.
Congratulations on your first live, Black.
Thank
Yes,
you.
congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, Mr. Right.
You
This
got it
is
up and
his
going.
business partner. He owns the auto shop.
Watch your step.
My glasses.
Spell his first name.
Cordell.
What a creep.
Good morning.
You can tell he's a creep just by looking at him.
Yes,
What's your nickname?
King.
Is that King?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. How old are you?
37,
When's your birthday?
11/17.
Okay, Tater.
Hater, thank you for coming,
86.
sweetie.
Did he say 37 or 47?
He's I think 37.
Mr. Wright, then on
He's my son's
back
age.
in January 2024, were you on an MDOC tether?
Yes, I was.
That's terrifying.
And what dates were you on tether from?
From March 14th, 23 to March 28th of 24.
That is terrifying that he is my son's age.
And what were your other restrictions back then?
I could leave the house from 6 in the morning. I had to be back in by 9 p.m.
Mr. Wright, do you know someone named Jarvis Butts?
Yes, I do.
And how
For
did
one,
Jarvis
it makes me feel old as you know what, but
I first met him. We worked together at a shop
Yeah.
called Frank's.
Well, see, this
And then
guy
we owned the shop together.
was involved in it, in my opinion, also.
Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
I think he was aware of what Jarvis was doing at his auto shop
No,
because
It's
Jarvis,
implicit, if nothing else. Yeah.
yeah,
well, yeah, he's got to know something.
Initially at a place called Frank's.
he Jarvis was taking NaZiyah and her cousin there,
he has a
and
couple
her
locations. He has
cousin
7, but the one I met him at was on Warren.
gave
and
some
F.
stuff, some information of what was going on there too.
And what locations of Frank's did you work at with Mr. Butts?
Warren and F.
And I think his first victim, he actually, as in Jarvis, gave the victim an STD.
Oh, dear God. So it's more than one. Oh, jeez.
How old was the first one? Do you know?
I think it might have been his own kid.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Hold on, ladies. I'm looking for the text messages.
Hey, if everybody can do me a big favor, can y'all say a prayer for Panda? Panda is sick.
Yes, prayers for Panda.
Definitely. Miss Bella.
Oh no. Yes. Prayers for Panda. Aw.
Okay, this is a video I found that Shanna's kids were taken by CPS, and that would be the aunt that was with Jarvis, I believe.
Well, if they were being touched, good.
They want Shannon at the house. They want Shannon at their house. They said that, they came and got the 5 children. So she went over to Marquita's house.
No child should be touched that way.
Who got the 5 children? CPS. Oh, yeah.
I grew up in foster care. No child. I'd rather any child be in foster care than be hurt like that. Even though it does happen in foster care.
Okay, freaking. Thank you for coming in. Love you.
Thank you,
Bye,
freaking. Good to see you.
Bye, honey.
No, in Alberta, I don't think people give enough weight to the lifetime consequences, like the trauma that a child goes through for the rest of their life over something like this.
But
You
Boots,
know?
I'm 57 this year, and I did some paperwork for my PTSD service dog the other day, and I had my husband help me through it. And I didn't realize how severe my PTSD actually is until he helped me through the paperwork. And that is all because of my childhood and what I went through.
I'm so glad that you have somebody good support. I'm so sorry you went through something like that.
Well, I mean, having childhood trauma and being abused sexually and physically and being starved and all of that affects you whether you realize it or not.
Oh, absolutely. I went through a lot of abuse as a child too, like the same type of abuse. And I still don't think I've really dealt with it. I'm okay with it, but now, but it took me a really long time to realize that it was what actually had happened.
And see, with my siblings and I've got an older sister that's about a year and a half older and a brother that's about a year and a half younger. And I talk about it to deal with it. That's how I've dealt with it my entire life, is I can talk about it. I always talked about what I dealt with.
Where NaZiyah
Okay,
last seen is between Gary and the Gary Etna area. It has a lot of open land in the area, so just want you to see.
I like the trees.
The open land. I want you to see what I see as I'm driving through the area. What I see as I drive through the area.
Is this her family? Who is this driving?
19th and Virginia. Yes, there are abandoned buildings.
I have a
lot of open land, open plots, open space. There is
looking for
a railroad track
where her clothing were found.
Oh dear Jesus!
Just so you can see what I'm seeing, and we're approaching an area that 19th and Virginia Street at this time.
Looks like an area that there were lots of areas he could hide with her, sadly.
Yeah, there was.
What's sad is this should be the family out there doing that.
Yeah.
It's a little after 3 o'clock.
She had
should be the family with
very
people and dogs
looking for her.
Kids have just gotten out of school
recently
here in Gary, Indiana.
A statement out on Facebook.
A lot of them walk along these paths,
stepping back, and was going
to go home.
Take care of it.
I'd be out with scent
so now
dogs
we
and everything
are
else.
here at 11th right now, and Malcolm X Drive, some sort of a car business, just so you can get an idea of the general area.
So you can hide her.
Okay, I want you to get a good idea of the general area. I've been in deep thought today.
Yes,
as I just came out from the Chicago area. That's the Gary Teachers Union there. I've been in deep thought. Okay. A lot of the...
Okay, I'm gonna try and find my other videos, ladies. If you would you take the panel for me?
Oh, well, since you know we can chit chat now, stop.
No, this is so important, and I know how important this has become to Black also. I mean, this is it it's crazy that he won't tell. First of all, he won't tell anybody where she is,
Exactly.
which I just can't.
There's no facts that she's actually gone, which is really hard on the family.
Well, I believe I could
And
be wrong, but I believe they found clothing, but I'm not sure.
they did
That
find
doesn't
clothing.
mean anything, though.
No, the
Sadly,
way
that doesn't mean anything.
Black
But I mean,
was there blood on the clothing?
There was holes in the black hoodie. I believe blood stains on the black hoodie.
Mhm.
Found her jumpsuit and the Nikes that she was wearing. I have the other video. I'm so upset. I had everything set up and it just.
Do you want me to go see if I can grab it? Is it in the room?
Let me go over into my my channel. Where did my mouse go? Am I paused, you guys? Did we freeze?
No, we're still here, I think. We're here.
You guys are here, but everything was haywire on my side.
yeah, there's no videos playing outside of where with us.
Okay.
Hey, wait, you guys, she's gone. Let's act up. Let's cause trouble. I'm kidding.
Let's raise hell.
Yeah.
Video.
Raise those
We've got the
margaritas. You know you ain't gotta encourage me, shit.
True. Mrs. Bella's good at raising hell.
Trying to get a sister in trouble. Like, stop it.
Yeah, if she's gone too long, I'll start showing baby pictures.
I've got one baby picture of my son that I swore when he gets married I'm going to blow up to poster size and give to his wife.
We did that with our son. He got so mad at me.
He was like 4 weeks old. He's got a heat rash from head to toe, and he's butt naked, belly up.
Okay, that's just wrong.
Did you guys see this video?
What's that?
Hold on. Dang it.
You have to present and do
Take your time.
I also got another one of him taking his first stand-up pee at the toilet, and you can actually see the stream.
You do not.
And he's butt naked.
Oh my gosh. That is oh my goodness.
Other thing. What? They gonna get your ass for the other thing. You ain't gonna be
Yep.
And I keep threatening to have those blown up and handing him to him at his wedding.
You have to remember that these are the people that are going to be taking care of us when we can't take care of ourselves later on.
I'm not going to do it. I just tease them that I'm going to do it.
Yeah, my look, Boots, and like y'all know my son. He gonna be like throwing me and his daddy everywhere. He ain't gonna throw us at home. He just gonna throw us outside in the damn tent. See, there you go.
I've got some other fun pictures. I'll
that
probably
little bastard
blow up
donated
for
a
him,
damn truck, knowing his daddy's been looking for one today. Okay.
Those are the ones I keep threatening I'm gonna blow up for him. He's like, "Oh, Mom, don't."
So the son's count on the shit list, and don't think we ain't gonna let him remember it every time he calls. Because he calls.
All right. Here is part 3 of one of my videos.
We can see it.
This is Sister NaZiyah when she's testifying.
Is there a time that you ever get
If your volume's all the way up, sis.
and what do you do?
That's his sister.
I needed to use the restroom, so I asked his partner if I could use the restroom. He told me to go and tell them in the gas station. And as I was walking towards the gas station, she was walking in front of me going into the gas station.
Okay, so about how far in front of you was she?
I would say maybe where the gentleman in the gray blazer is behind you. Maybe a little bit farther, I'm not really sure about that distance.
From where you are to him?
Yeah.
Okay. And I've, boy, I'm really bad at estimates.
20, 25 feet?
Yeah, I would agree with about 20, 25 feet. And you said you never got a chance to see this little girl's face?
No.
Okay. Was there anything else about her that you can remember?
I just remember her being kind of small, like outside of just seeing her get in and out of the car. When I was walking towards her, I was like, she's tiny, and I just remembered the coat.
Okay. Tiny, like in what way? Like tiny, skinny, short?
Kind of skinny and short.
Okay.
So she met the little girl, or she didn't?
And did you ever?
I think she's covering for him.
Who the little girl was?
Yeah, she is.
And what
I
did she
just
tell you?
found my other.
How would you cover for someone who hurt a child?
I remember it was this exact.
Apparently everybody covered for him.
How dare they?
Yep.
Or he said it was.
Oh my God.
Okay. But
Well, they'll answer for it when they meet God. They'll answer for it in the worst
did you
way
think anything of it
possible.
at the time?
No.
And
I would not want to be them on
is it
Judgment
that
Day. Put it
made
that
you
way.
Think something? Was there a time where you thought something different?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And what is it that made you?
Because you don't
Yeah.
harm children like this and get away with it when it comes to
Did you
God.
think anything of it
I
at the
believe
time?
this is the one that's still putting money on his books, or it may be the other one. There's a set of twins, an aunt and a set of
What
twins
is it that
that
made
he
you
was involved in. He was
think
involved.
But I thought this is this his sister?
something different?
That's his sister, but one of NaZiyah's
What is
aunts.
it that made you
I
think something
believe.
different?
Gotcha.
It's been
And she's actually covering for
long.
him.
I
How
can't find my
disgusting.
notes.
Is she the one with the car? Black?
I believe. Yeah, she's the one with the car.
What a disgusting
Told
family.
me about some things that happened on Valentine's Day, and then she sent me.
And I just got my other videos unlocked.
Podcast.
I'm going to share those next. I worked really hard on them suckers.
And
You have. It's so worth it.
as a result of receiving those things.
She deserves this coverage.
Called Shannon and I asked her for Sergeant Jones' phone number.
Well, thank you for everyone being here joining me. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, as soon as I heard you were on, I came, so. Took me a minute, but.
It took me a few minutes to get all this together.
A few minutes. You've been you've been deep diving this case. I just, the way you care about this little girl is just amazing. Black.
I'm frustrated because I had everything set up to go live and I got sick.
Hi,
and
Goshies.
I lost my notes and I forgot where I had stuff.
Oh, you're doing amazing, just so you know. A lot better than I did with my first one.
Okay, let me pull up this other. Move from studio.
I would drop links, but I can't because I'm on my phone right now. But
I don't know how to do anything, so.
I can go on my, hold on. I can probably go on my computer and drop them.
Okay, these are the one. Let me get the other one.
Go on if you want to.
That's 9.
I can't believe
He
that.
sat there for, I'm sorry.
I just can't believe that they're actually backing this guy.
He sat there the whole hearing, hiding from the camera. Like he had his head down. He didn't look up. He hid behind his attorneys.
Reported her missing to Detroit Public Schools police, who got the feds involved, including the U.S. Marshals. Later, February 13th, Detroit police asked to take over the case after the school's PD come up empty. Questions remain why it took so long for DPD to be let in on the investigation. DPD was briefed. Helicopters, canines, and police search an area in Pittsfield Township, a 45-minute drive from where she was last seen. Then a search warrant was done at a home on Detroit's east side. The family, her grandma, who adopted the teen. This at a widespread search party. Investigators look under porches in backyards and alleys near Shoemaker and Garland on Detroit's east side, but won't say what led them to this location.
You look at that face, and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life. The exploitation, the molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing. There's no evidence of anyone else being the father of that child, other than the defendant himself, who we charged today. And he knew she was pregnant.
Animal.
He knew she was pregnant. He knew.
That's why.
Yeah, the text messages. Yep. Do you? And this is kind of Can I ask you something real quick, Black? It's kind of a blunt question, but I'll try to phrase it as best I can, as PG as I can. Do you think that it's possible? Because it's crossed my mind that possibly he tried to do an at-home elimination of. Okay.
Yeah, I really do, because there was some stuff I found in the Facebook group. There's pictures of her, some of her family members.
Oh, dear Jesus.
And in the back of the picture, there's a radiator fluid, red radiator fluid.
Oh, dear God.
And he did a search on the internet for red radiator fluid for home abortions.
Oh, my
Wow.
Oh, God.
This poor baby.
That poor child.
A day later, her family reported her missing.
He just wanted love, man.
That's all any child wants. That's all anybody wants, is to be loved and cared about. Dear Jesus.
And heartbreaking.
Just the idea of that's killing me. My mother's
I
heart.
apologize, Alberta. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No,
Okay, we already did this one. So let me remove that one. I'm telling you guys, I had everything all lined up. I even had a cue for it. And
you're doing amazing, Black. And this is just the beginning for you.
Part of the text messages.
Sent to Mr. Bus that says, "Okay, that is what I planned to do."
Turn your volume up so you can hear this, guys.
Immediately following that at 2:01 to Mr. Butts. "You turn me on just looking at you," and then there's a bunch of letters with possibly it's maybe an image that was sent that doesn't capture on the messages.
I'm sorry, Blacks. I can't do this one.
2:02.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I love you guys.
Love you, sweetie. No,
I can't do this.
go hug Stella. I'm sorry, sweetie. We love you. Go hug Stella and get your mind off of it.
And take your panties off. NaZiyah
Aw.
replies to Mr. Bus and
Aw.
says the letter K at 2:10 a.m. So 7 minutes later, a message is sent from NaZiyah to Jarvis's phone. "I hear you. What you looking at?" Jarvis replies back immediately to her saying the letter U.
And this is what I'm talking about, the grooming. She went through this for years.
September 27th, NaZiyah sends Jarvis a message that says, "I know, I'm finna sleep good." There's another message directly after that that has a bunch of symbols, so I'm not sure if it was one of those little emojis. 2:14 a.m. she sends to him, "What about you?" The next message she sends to him immediately after, "Sometimes I be wanting to live with you." 2:16 a.m. she sends to him, "You know what I mean." 2:18 a.m. she sends, what time I'm ready. 2:23 a.m. she sends to Mr. Butts' phone number, we not doing it or what? 2:23 a.m. NaZiyah sends to Mr. Butts, I really want you.
This is awful. This was cell phone, iPad, laptop, whatever, and her family never checked it?
Mr. Butts
Yeah,
replies to
no,
NaZiyah, yes.
that's, there's no way.
2:24 a.m. NaZiyah sends, pull your car down the street and come back, I'll be waiting. 2:25 a.m. Jarvis's phone replies back to her, come ride with me and N-I-Y. 2:25 a.m. she replies, did they say I can come? At 2:30 UTC, she sends him a message that says, I'm sorry but love you. 2:30 UTC, he immediately replies back, come on. 2:31, NaZiyah replies, I can't, I'm going to get in trouble. The next message is at 2:35. She sends, when you come back, drop Nye off.
I still got to figure out how to do these faster.
In the base, I'll be waiting. Then immediately after that, she sends, basement, please. Jarvis replies, okay. At 2:40, Jarvis replies, you in the basement yet? Immediately after that, NaZiyah replies back, yeah. Now we are the next day being...
Thank you, Two Skulls. I worked really, really hard. It was like 3 weeks of solid time putting all these together and finding the videos and trying to figure out how to record them myself.
Are we
Thank
doing
you so
it
much.
tonight? I'm ready, fresh out the shower. The next message is a reply from him to her. Well, this is September 30th now at 1:25 a.m. UTC. He replies, yo. September 30th, 2:59, she replies, you coming over? She then
Hey, Bert, thank you. Welcome in.
After that, don't have school. At 3:07, a reply is received.
Okay, Bella.
to NaZiyah
You need to
from
send me
Jarvis
some too.
saying,
I like chicken and veggies.
She then replies, Kay, we'll be waiting. At 3:17 a.m., he sends another message, she sends a message to Jarvis that says, text me when you get here. At 3:21 a.m., this is still...
Can you guys believe there are over 100 text messages from this man to this child, and no adults interfered in what he was doing, especially with electronics? I mean, me as a parent, having my own 3 boys, my nieces, my nephews, my godkids, I'm very adamant about knowing what my kids are doing, especially nowadays with the electronics. The predators are so easy to come in and just take over. But this child's family, in my opinion, I think they knew she was sleeping with him.
September 30th date. Jarvis replies and sends a message to her saying outside. Now we have skipped to September 30th, but it is now...
Thank you, Bruce, for sharing channels.
13 hours UTC. She sends a message to Jarvis saying, hey, boo, you coming over? The next message is now October 1st, 2022, 1:51 UTC. She sends a message to Jarvis asking, "You coming?"
And are there any other messages to Jarvis after that? Mr. Butt's phone?
No.
Okay. And now, do those indicate whether or not they were deleted?
Yes.
Okay. And which?
He tried hiding and deleting, but
How many of those were
they were able to go back and recall everything.
Looks like all of them were deleted except for the one where she was, at the very beginning, she had actually texted somebody else, which I believe might have been Shannon's phone at the time, saying, "Baldhead Janiyah, come here." But all the messages between the 8719, which is Jarvis's number, are marked on here as deleted except, let's see. On September 30th, the "Hey Boo, you coming over?" And the "You coming" text, those ones were not deleted and still show on here.
Okay, so those last two.
Yes.
I believe that's her grandma right there
Now,
that she was staying with.
we'll exhibit 16 messages as it relates to the 231-743-3137. Oh, I'm sorry, before that, without telling us NaZiyah's actual birthday, in September 24th, 2022,
Thank you,
what
Two
age did
Skulls.
NaZiyah just turn?
In 22,
Yes.
she would have just turned 12.
And thank you to those that are bushwashing. I appreciate you watching as well. Thank you.
231 number.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to go through those. And there are sections that are highlighted. And I want to follow along. What is the first message that is sent?
It is sent on March 4th, 2023 at 23:35 UTC. It's sent to Jarvis's 8719 number, and it says, "It's me, NaZiyah."
Okay. And just for clarification purposes, all the messages within this exhibit are sent to Jarvis's 8719 number.
Yes.
Okay.
Clarification
Now,
to his
I wanna go
number.
To March 16th of 2023. There's a highlighted message there. Can you read that one?
Yeah. So just before that, the UTC time on here, just so I'm not having the math throughout, from March 10th to November 3rd, it would be -4 hours. So any date that falls within those days would be -4. Any dates outside of those ranges would be -5 hours.
You said that's
But I'm
March-
going to read it off of here with the time is stamped and date.
Okay, you said that's March 10th through November
3rd,
Okay, that's -4 UTC.
-4, yes.
Okay.
So, over 100 text messages that they recovered and read during the court preliminaries. Jarvis was found worthy of going to the regular court system to be sentenced. And in my opinion, I believe that in cases like this and many others, he should be dealt with chemically, like castrated, or maybe the death sentence, because he was a criminal predator. And he did it to not only NaZiyah, but her cousin, his own children, other children, and the women were well aware that he was registered. In my opinion, I believe her family failed her in more ways than one, and I believe that they all should be punished for it. Because how I grew up, it takes a community to raise a child. We called it a village.
Yeah.
And in that village, everyone knew everyone. When I was growing up, I couldn't walk 4 houses away without someone asking me where was I going. And did my
Right.
mom know? And then when I was outside my neighborhood, in the community, there were still eyes. What happened to that?
That's a
Even
good question.
even now, as a mother of 3 boys, I've taught my boys be respectful of girls, be respectful of others, don't touch anybody. If you see something, say something. One of my boys, he was harassed when he was younger. And for those of you who don't know, my 2 youngest boys have autism. And a lot of the stuff that we as regular people would understand, that he didn't. And he struggled with it. But this young boy was taking photos of him and in the bathroom stall, and I had to go to the school about it. And at first, they were like, "Oh, we'll punish him." And I told him, I said, "Look, either you take care of the situation, or I'm going to take care of the situation. If I have to take care of the situation, I'm going to need bail, and they're going
Yeah.
to some medical insurance. So remove this kid from the whereabouts of my child." 2 days later, other students came forward, and he was doing the same to them. And it's weird how people allow such behaviors to continue. It's like not just in my community, it's in everyone's community.
Yeah.
There's always something or someone that knows something and they don't say anything. I don't know about you guys, but it was like a really big secret in my community. My family, especially my mom and my dad, taught me, you don't sit on a male's lap. You don't do this. You don't do
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have any of it.
Well, it's the, I think our society has stopped watching out for each other. They're so concerned with them, so involved in themselves that, others, I mean, I was raised like you know, we always watched out for each other. But then again, you have to realize, I think, in my opinion, the streets were a lot safer then. We used to go out and come back at dark. You know what I mean? We used to play and outside, and we would know when it was time to come home.
The
And
streets weren't always safe, but we were aware of what
yeah,
was going on.
that
And
makes sense.
people would actually look out for each other
Right.
some kind of way. But now a lot of the kids, the teens, the girls, they don't have the home training or the awareness training because somewhere, somehow, it was forgotten. It was like it was wiped away. I mean, why are so many of these type of men and women
Yep.
getting a slap on the wrist for stuff like this? It's just it bothers me. It really bothers me.
That's a really good point, though. A very good point.
But I want to go ahead and end this live. That way I can come back maybe Saturday or Sunday with some other videos. I want to get everything in a better orderly fashion. That's my OCD. And I would like to thank everyone who came in, supported, either from the chat or the bushes. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
On
Take
this.
great, Jack.
Look, I'm being able to eat my egg rolls, sis.
Hush.
No, I can eat this bitch.
You better chew it up good. Eat one for me too, sis.
We're praising sis right now. Come on.
But
Then we'll praise you for eating your egg roll.
I'm happy for her eating her egg roll too.
I am. I'm very happy for you, Bella.
Girl.
But I have some more videos that I want to share. There's actually some other cases that I've been following and taking notes on also. So if
Nice.
you guys are interested in discussions for cases of true crime and also with missing children, come back and join us.
Yeah. Black, is it okay if I just share your channel out through mine? I'll just share like this live and your channel in general. Like if anybody shares. Okay. Awesome.
And so I'm gonna try and have my bestie come up. His name is Loverboy. I'm hoping he's in the bushes.
Oh, you're talking about me. Thanks a lot.
Right?
It's my. Hold on, ladies.
Look, I thought we was her besties.
Hey, what is up with this? I'm offended.
You know what? You're gonna make me mute you.
We're gonna have to have a long talk with her, Boots.
I want to have my bestie Boo Bear come up.
Mm-hmm.
He, ladies, is who I was telling you about.
Oh, good.
About the true crime podcast.
Oh, yes. Wait, did he come into my chat that day?
Yes.
Oh, no, that was
and
very, very good people.
We would like to have more discussions along with Boots. Her channel is a true crime. And Boots and I have worked on some stuff together there. Bella does game nights, but she also does a little bit of other stuff too. And I would like to have like a big discussion with the cases here. You know, not just having the cases play, but I really want to get into it seriously. So
I think that's wonderful. I mean, it really needs to be brought to the forefront, and you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. So
thank you so much, Black. This is such an important topic.
Thank you, Susan, so much. Susan is my sister from another community that I loved. She has been a part of my life for over a year now. And
oh, hi, Susan. Nice to meet you.
Susan.
She is someone I adore so much from my favorite little village over there. And when I say
so
village,
we're distantly related, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're distantly related. She is she also mods for Danny. And some of you I've shared Danny's channel with privately. Hey mistress. High life with mommy. But yes, Susan, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, sis. I love you. And I hope you return back. Boots, I love you. Sis, you know,
I love you.
You know exactly how much I've worked on this. And I want to get it together a little bit more orderly. Bella, I know you're eating those egg rolls, woman. I'm kind of mad at you, but I love you. Thank you for your support and helping me get all this set up.
Welcome.
Alberta, I love you, honey. I'm sending you hugs and kisses.
She wanted me to tell you she was sorry for leaving so fast, and I told her at the time.
It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully on my next live I'll have it a little bit more together.
And get your ass better?
Yes. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream and go get something to eat because I'm starving. Thank you, Bella. Mentioning egg rolls, I'm hungry.
Okay, what? Look, you bitch, I ain't ate since February 3rd. Good one.
But
Lisa, I ain't ate, and I really haven't eaten much since February 3rd. Okay.
Please hit that thumbs up and thank you for the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in.
You gotta do something nice for somebody.
Yeah, like, sub, share, set your bells for the next one, please, everybody.
Yes, and stay tuned. Thank you. I love you guys, and have a good day. Stay blessed.
Love you, Black. Thank you for all your hard work on this.
Thank you.
Proud of you.